and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys, and congratulations if you have managed to survive the last 48 hours. It has been an absolute whirlwind. It's been difficult to keep up with everything that has been going on, but in today's video, finally, we are getting back to some normality. Yes, at the beginning here, we are just going to clarify everything right now about the collapse of the Super League, but we are then going to move on to a game of football, because Barcelona will host Getafe in what is for them a massive game in La Liga. All of that good stuff, it's going to be coming up. But first, let's start with the Super League. Because indeed, guys, as we did confirm very late there over on MORETALKFCB just last night, all 6 Premier League clubs pretty promptly withdrew from the Super League on Tuesday evening. Then came the Milan clubs, who also pulled out, and this morning Atlético Madrid and indeed Juventus, which means that as of right now, Real Madrid and Barcelona, it's a Clásico. Those are the only 2 clubs that remain, and that is only for now, because the Super Cup and Florentino's little project, it is done. It is over. Will not be happening, at least for now. Now, indeed, this morning, Joan Laporta accompanied there Ronald Koeman and indeed the 4 captains. They were taking pictures and indeed presenting the Copa del Rey trophy to the Barcelona Museum. But I also want to say here that Laporta did take Koeman aside along with the captains to discuss in some detail the club's position in terms of the Super League, which, let's remember, as we discussed yesterday, that Laporta had negotiated that Barça would only participate in the Super League with the backing of the club's members, the socios of Barcelona. Only when they voted in favour of it would we participate. And let's also not forget that if the club members did indeed vote against the Super League, which of course seems very, very likely, Barca then would be free to leave without having to pay any termination fee, which is significant, and that may explain why as of right now we're technically still in, but we are going to be well and truly out. But of course, in his pre-match press conference, Ronald Koeman was asked a number of questions about the Super League. First of all, he said, I spoke with the president yesterday on this topic. He said he explained the club's position, but I think since then, there has been a lot of change. He said, I won't give my opinion on it right now. He said, a lot can happen. Let's just wait and see. He said, I just want what's best for this club. And when Koeman was indeed there pressed on the Super League, and in particular his personal opinion on the competition, Koeman said, look, I'm not going to talk any more about the Super League. But of course, as the press conference went on, there were more and more questions there, in particular surrounding Gerard Piqué's tweet last night, which of course read, football is for the fans, now more than ever. And although Koeman said, well, I don't really want to talk very much about the Super League, he said, but I am in agreement with Piqué's tweets. He was then asked whether he felt as though he should have to be here. The club spokesperson coming out in the media, he's the one taking the questions, is that fair? Koeman said, yeah, I'm not really the spokesperson for the club. He said, that is the president. He said, we've all seen the reaction of the fans. He said again, I don't know how this is going to end, but at the end of the day, once again, we just want what's best for the club. But it wasn't just about the Super League that Koeman was asked questions about, because he was indeed asked about the UEFA's plans to expand the Champions League and the new rules that would be in place, controversial rules too, from 2024. And Koeman here, very, very critical of UEFA. He said, I agree with what Pep said about the number of matches that we're having to play. He said it's unbelievable. He said UEFA talk a lot. They do a lot of talking, but they're not listening to the football people, the coaches, the players. He said, what's important to them? It's all about money. He said that is where their priority lies. He said what they have to do is protect the players. Koeman, not happy with UEFA. But when he was asked there about the players and whether they would be distracted by all of this stuff that's going on away from the field, Koeman said, no, these players are professionals. They want to play. They want to win. They want to win titles. I've got no doubt that tomorrow, my players will be nothing but good in tomorrow's game. Which brings us on to the game itself. We have a massive game in La Liga tomorrow. Barcelona against Getafe there Thursday, live from the Camp Nou. And it is a big one. This is an absolutely crucial game in the title race because the league is back in our own hands. You can see right here, we have 8 finals left this season, 8 games to go. It is all in our own hands. We decide our destiny. Starting here with Getafe, we need to be 100% focused, 100% motivated. Let's win this league. Now, more than ever, we want this. Because as you can see from the league table, it rather went under the radar at the weekend that Real Madrid dropped points, which means that right now, although Barcelona are a game behind everybody else because of the Copa del Rey final, if we were to win that game in hand, we would move above Real Madrid and just 2 points behind Atletico. And given the fact we still have to play them this season, that is why we are deciding our own destiny. And in the midweek round of fixtures on Wednesday, Sevilla will travel to Levante to see if they can keep in touch with the top 3. Are they even in the title race there, given the amount of points right now that they are currently on? And later on, indeed, on Wednesday evening, Real Madrid will travel away to Cadiz, and that'll also be quite an interesting game, given that in the reverse fixture of that one, Real Madrid suffered a very shock defeat against Cadiz. And on Thursday, Atletico will be facing off there at home against Huesca right before we play Getafe. And I just want to say, guys, coming into this game right here, it will be very easy to sort of get sidetracked and sort of think, is this important, all the stuff that's been going on? But yes, the players will need to be at their very, very best coming into this game. Getafe right now, they're flirting with relegation. They are fighting for their lives. They're going to be scrapping for every point they can possibly get between now and the end of the season. And for me, there's 2 very clear examples where we cannot afford to drop our guard, where we cannot afford here to be anything less than 100% focus. Because number 1, let's look back there to October, the reverse fixture of this game, which ended there, not just Barca dropping points, but losing to Getafe by a goal to 0. And it was a horrible game. It was a horrible, horrible game there. How Getafe managed to keep 11 men on the field, I will absolutely never know the answer to that. And thankfully, Alan Neon, remember the man there who stood over Ansu Fati in that disgusting way, he thankfully will not be playing in this game, surprisingly, due to suspension. But I also want to talk there about, secondly, something much, much more recent about why we cannot take Getafe lightly. Just a few days ago, they were the team who took points off Real Madrid. With Real Madrid, of course, like I say, they had the title in their hands. They were playing with their own destiny, but they dropped points against Getafe, a 0-0 draw that it was. And Getafe actually in that game missed some big, big chances to actually go and win it. So right here, let's keep fighting. Let's keep pushing. Make sure we're ready. And of course, guys, looking at indeed the team selection that we could see from Ronald Koeman, you look back to our previous game against Athletic Club, and I have to say, given the fact that was such a good performance, again, we wasn't really given the opportunity, was we, to fully celebrate that game, to fully celebrate getting our hands on a trophy. But let's hope we can get back to that good spirit here and forget all of the rest of it. And that's where I'd be surprised, actually, to see Ronald Koeman make any changes whatsoever. The team in that game played so well. It was a real team performance, a statement win, and that would mean there Griezmann keeping his place, important goal that he scored alongside Lionel Messi. Would you leave Ousmane Dembele on the bench once again? That remains to be seen there. Pedri, De Jong, Busquets, Dest Alba, and of course the back 3 there, including Gerard Piqué, providing he is fit and ready to play in this one. I do expect him to start once again, and let's hope we can get this win. And of course, guys, given the nature of everything that has been going on over these past few days, like I say, it has been absolute chaos here. The uploads have been very, very frequent, but actually I haven't been able to get your predictions on this one, and I'm not really sure what I'm expecting going into this game. So I think what we should say here, it's all been a bit disjointed. Let's just say we need to win. We want to win. We need this title now. I think it's actually made me in particular, and many of us, even more motivated here to get back in our domestic league, to forget all this Super League nonsense. Focus on the job in hand, get the league title, beat Getafe, get revenge after our defeat against them earlier on this season. Let me know, guys, your thoughts down below. It's been a whirlwind few days, but now the focus is back on football. I will see you soon. If anything else happens, I'll be the first to let you know. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.